Hello everybody, welcome back. We are still at our private game lodge, as you can see, but we're looking at it from a totally different angle. We have our large river over there, and we have our game viewing vehicle, which is complete, I think. And we're gonna go and have a look at it. So if we look at it from the front, this is what it looks like. We even have a little hint of orange around the edges here. The lights are on at the moment. As you can see, we found hubcaps. If we look in the back, we have enough seats for 9 people to actually sit in our game viewing vehicle with a sunshade at the top there. If we look at the back of it, we have brake lights, which I'm quite chuffed with. These exhaust pipes are a little big, but it is what it is. And as you can see, we have the fold-down windscreen as well, which is even hinged. So coming in here, we have a steering wheel. We have a brake over here. We have a gear lever. And we don't have a car radio, so we did what we could. And if you look through the steering wheel, you will see the various dials, which all show you exactly the same time. Alarm clocks are alarm clocks. There's not much we can do, but let me know what you think. We even have, as you can see, it's a manual because of the gear lever. So we have the clutch, the brake, and the accelerator. So what do you think of my game vehicle? Oh, and here is the switch for our lights. So we can switch our lights off and save our battery. Okay, we've been doing quite a few things here. It's been a busy few days for us. As you can see, we have another chimney there. And if you look through to the foyer, the reception area of the Lion's Eye, you will see our reception desk, obviously with our high-tech electronic equipment. We have the living area. I think I'm going to take one of these fires away because the glow outside you can see from a different planet, but it's a huge fireplace and I thought that would work quite nicely. Then we have the start of our restaurant, and I haven't quite finished it yet, but I think it's coming together very nicely. We have the leopard print. We have shelves with all the different earthenware that is available. We have candles on the tables, and each table has a different arrangement of candles. We have the plants, which is flickering as we move. And I got a very good idea to put an indoor pool in here, but I've used up all the water. If I take, let's see, standing, we will have, where is there it is. If we take this, you'll see it's empty. There is no water left in the pot. So all the water is in our swimming pool outside and in our watering holes. So we can't add any water inside. I've changed the floor a little bit to give it a little bit more depth and interest. We've got some tall bulrushes behind here, and I think it's looking pretty good. And today we are going to carry on with various things. This is what the more casual restaurant bar looks like. And that elephant is a little bit big. Let's make that elephant a little bit smaller, because if you look at it in comparison to his friends on the other wall, I think that would be better. So these are all just silhouettes that I've taken, this has been swapped so that it actually fills the whole wall, and I think it's pretty good. Let me know what you think. This is much warmer colors. I'm thinking of doing this in the black and white as well, because it's a more casual area. We have a lot of tables outside, so if you want to eat outside instead of inside, you can do that. I haven't set the tables yet. We've got the 2 units. This is the second one. There's our first unit there, and as you can see, the fans inside are working to keep the hot air out. And then we have a third, well, it's 2 units together, which I just laid out the floor plan for. So that's going to be a duplex where you can actually sit upstairs on the patio and have a drink and take in the view. Around the corner here we have some more tables, and it wouldn't be a South African game lodge if we didn't have a braai. So this is our braai area where the chefs can come in from the kitchen once they've prepped everything, and they can braai your meat for you. And then there will be a table here where you can place your order or collect your food. There will be, well, there would be salads and breads and all kinds of add-ons that you would get with your braai or barbecue, depending on where you come from. But as you can see, the fire is bleeding through and it's a pain. But there's nothing we can do about that. So today we are going to take a walk through here and carry on in the bar area. So we need some shelves here. We need somewhere to put bottles. We need lights. We need all kinds of good stuff. Now, if we go into our groceries, we have a lot of bottles that we can, I'm just going to throw them on the counter for now. And we have it in various colors. There's not much we can do to change them much. But, you know, where we need a clear one. We need a white spirit as well. Rum, vodka, take your pick. So those are our hard liquors. Then we are going to add no potions, but South Africa is also very well known for its wines. So we will have a whole bunch of wines here. Actually, you know what? Let's take 2 of each, and then I can change the one into red. That's olive oil. And then of course beer is yeah. Now where's our beer? That would probably be the beer bottle. Okay. So I would say we need some fridges, but I don't want to put the commercial. I suppose we should put the commercial fridge in here. Let's see. Guess we should. We don't really have an option. Maybe we just do it black and white. How big are you? Nope. Come on, stand there. Can we use Will you fit? Dang it. Fine, I'll stick you on the end and we'll find a little counter. I don't even know what counters we used. What counters did we use? Why am I looking at... I don't know. Was it this one? I think it was. Will you fit there? Yes, you will. But you're not the same. It must be this one. Ah! Dang it. There we go. Okay, let us copy that onto that. There we go. And then we can fill the fridge. And I'm guessing we're going to need a whole different batch of beers and wines and all kinds of good stuff to put in here, as well as some cold drinks as mixers for the hard stuff. Will you? Oh, yes, you do. Look at you. That's impressive. Okay, I can live with that. Let's put a different color on this. Maybe that. Maybe a blue top. So let me know what you think of my vehicle. We can't go for a game drive because obviously we don't have that possibility, but the potential is there. Okay, lots of beer. Ooh, why am I copying that? All right, we need some cans of mixer. Where are the cans? Seriously? Oh, and we need some hot sauce. There's the hot sauce. We probably need some lemons and some oranges. And what's nice about these lemon slices is you can take, there we go, our lemon slices, orange slices, is you can take the little hangy thing off it so that it actually looks a little bit more real. It's quite pleasant. All right, these are the cans. What have we got? Yeah, these are all... Yeah, we don't have options with that, so let's get that instead. And we need waters because it's very hot here, so you need to hydrate. Remember that. There's the water. Gotta hydrate. Now the question would be is, does the wine fit in the fridge? I actually can't remember, and yes, I'm not throwing it in very well. It's fine. Alright, will you? Yes, you will. So we'll put the white wines into the fridge. The red wines can be room temperature, always better. And let's get the other one. And then those ones there will be the red one. Oh, dang it, how does that fit? Well, I'm not going to argue with it. Let's just put a row in the front here. Just fits. Awesome. And then I think some more of these. I would say I don't want orange. I would like a lemonade. That will do. With the orange label on it. Or ginger ale or whatever. That should do. Close. Thank you. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, and then we need shelves behind here. I tried with a couple of things. I tried putting up, does this, yes it does. Ooh, maybe. Alright, if this is the base, we used the walnut, and this can be copper. That's quite pretty. Okay, let's do that one. Quite like that. And one more. That's quite cute. I like that. Alright, let's stick some bottles up here, shall we? And the bottles will fit all the way along, so that's perfect. Well, let's get a couple of these. They all look the same, don't they? We'll just move them around. Did I move that? There we go. What happens if I turn you all at the same label? Dang it. Okay. It's fine. Will you stand there? Will you? Will you? Will you? Am I not? Oh, that's because of the gap. Damn it. Fine. You can see I lined them up so well. Let's turn it on its side again. We haven't got that many people at the resort, but hey, I think that looks okay. Now, we want to change this to red wine. So let's go deep red and deep red. I hate it when they exact on the shelf. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know. Am I driving you crazy putting it slightly off? Or are you okay with it? Well, that looks pretty good. As a start, wish we could put our labels on them, but we can't. It's literally just changing the color of what's in the bottle. Okay, we need small power tools. There we go. And I think we're going to go for black. We need a couple of these. Definitely a few of these. We need some oranges and lemons. Oh, where am I? I'm gonna make some oranges and lemons. We need some lemons. And some, well, that's a tangerine, but as you can see, it's nowhere near the size of the orange slice. It is what it is. And then we need chopping board for our bartender. There we go. Let's go with, how about oak? That will look pretty good with the cupboard here. It's one massive orange slice. That's funny. Nice big chopping knife. That's a start. Now, I was thinking of just doing a straight shelf at the underneath here, just for the glasses. Instead of using the fancy shelf, let's just go with a straight, plain oak shelf. How does that feel? Where are we? To there, maybe. And then we can put all the glasses that we need. And boy, oh boy, are we going to need some glasses. Shot glasses. And yeah, it's once again going to be all over the place. Alright, we got shot glasses. We are going to need beer glasses. Really, but they will do it a pinch. And then there's our beer glass, which doesn't fit. Dang it. Oh, it's because of that. Alright, I'm going to move it down just a smidgen. Everything's on it, so it should be fine. Yay, and it fits now. I tried many things in here, as I say. I tried the and now you're not going to fit. Of course you're not going to fit, because why would you fit? Alright, you're going to have to go over here. And once again, we're going to have to move this down a smidgen. There we go. So we've got all the glasses, we've got all the various alcohols. I'm not sure, I did build sort of a frame around here and it just felt wrong. I don't know. It felt a little claustrophobic, so I thought let's not and see what happens. So for lights in this place, I really don't want to mess with the fluorescents if they're giving trouble. So let's see what else we're gonna do. I think some wine coolers would be good. Now we can do that, and that will fit a bottle of wine. So let's put a couple of wine coolers over here, and if we take a bottle of wine and we take one of these, it won't fit in it, but we can make it fit. Now we can't yet mess with glass for these, which is sad but true, but we can make it white. Paint underneath it so we don't have to worry. There you go. So we've got ice. So let us put this in here. And let's see what this looks like. So we can put ice in. Oh, let's not do that, because that's just going to make it hard to get in there. So let's I'm not going to throw 1,000 ice cubes in here. I'm just going to put a few so you guys can see. There we go. Some ice in with the wine. And wine glasses. There we go. On the bar. Now I would like to put fluorescence underneath this bottom shelf here, but you know, do I? The last time we put fluorescence in the pool, they ended up turning everything blue. That didn't work, did it? All right, do we have a light switch? Yes, we do. Very intense. As you can see, it literally throws the light onto the counter and it glares. Let's take that away. I actually, you know, when you're sitting in a pub in the middle of the bush in Africa, I don't know if you want to be blinded by the light. I think you want to just have something to drink and relax. Now these cannot be made large. They can't be they can't be extended. They can't get bigger. This is candles, which doesn't quite fit the aesthetic. The ropes aren't bad, but once again, they're not going to work in the environment. So maybe these, they're very basic. But at the end of the day, maybe we should go with these and see what they look like. Let's start with them. Let's go with the walnut. And see what they look like. Now we know, I have learned that you can actually end up, see, they're quite chunky. Let's see, if this is where the bar is in front of me, somewhere here, you should be able to see it. Okay. You're sitting at the bar, you're going to have the light right in your face. Now let's first of all move it back a bit, and second of all make it a little bit taller. And then hello, and now okay, that's just weird. My mouse has just done a thing. Don't tell me my mouse is broken, because then I'm just gonna cry. Okay, that was weird. Should we try that again? I'll switch you on. Where do you cast your light? That's not too bad. I think I can live with that. Now we just have to get them, oh boy, connected to the light switch. Okay, can we get another light switch? Freaking weird. Alright, let's delete that and use that one and see what happens. Okay, I'm confused, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, let's copy this. I know there are places I can put you. Where are the places I can? I think this light is cursed. Let's do the light again. Alright, I'm just going to put you all along here, and then we can move you. Can I connect you to the light switch? Yes. Yes. And yes. Awesome. Alright. Let's do the move thing. I do not want to move this roof. If I remove this roof, I think I will cry. I'm just moving them sort of in the general direction, and then we can play with them. Alright, that's lined up there. Now let's line them up this way. Don't know how many we need. Maybe we only need 3. Then this one can come over here. Go on this side. I suppose I should move them up to the ceiling first. Hey? There we go. same length. Okay. Didn't hit the button. Thought my mouse was broken when it didn't connect to the light switch. That is weird. But I have been doing strange things in the game, so I suppose I should expect it. I also have a number of candles going next door in the dining room there, so that's also going to affect everything. But even no. Alright, you're even there. That looks right. I think that'll work around the bar area, but then we're going to need something either on the walls and or on the tables. So I don't want to overuse the candles, but we might need to overuse something else. What do we have in the pot plant section? If we take this and we do that, how big are you? Are you too big? I think so. Let's get a couple of sizes, shall we? So I was thinking of a little light there. This probably wouldn't work, would it? Looks almost too utilitarian. Sort of like, I don't think so. Okay, let's spend some time investing in some maybe, but I think these are fairly these are very small. What would you look like there? They are fairly bright, but they are very small. Okay. These are slightly bigger, but not as bright. Not too bad. Alright, so that's going. Do you see how much dimmer those are? It's not too too bad. Let's go around and change these down to a warmer light first. I'm just aiming below 4,000. And then we can just, you'll see how the light warms up. Okay, so let's turn that off. Let's see if we can do this again. Yes, it will allow us to. Yay! A little bit cozier. It's not as formal. Quite like that. And we could probably use these lamps. Not that one. Perhaps. Yeah, I have pulled the corners quite well with the table, so maybe not. Right, I'm going to get rid of these and that. Oh, you know what? Maybe let's just use these. Make them copper and put them on all the tables. Maybe take them right down to a warmer light. That would be quite cool. Doesn't really give much space for food, but it's more than enough for drinks. Okay, we've got, yeah, well, one should be enough. We have the wall lights there. Whoop. Sort of give that ambiance. I'm going to have to turn the lights down and actually see. Now we've got the decor on this wall. We've got the decor on this wall. I think I want to keep that. You see, I can't run the line because it's going to intersect there. And then this is full of windows, so I think that should be fine. I will put plants in here, but I think maybe we need to connect these to the light switches as well, because then we can switch the whole room off. Ooh. I'm just waiting for everything to just start flickering madly. There we go. Then we can switch the whole room off. Okay. So we've got the till, we've got the alcohol, we've got that, and I'm in two minds about the color on the chairs. Maybe we should look at a pattern. Let's see, let's get up close and personal with one of these chairs. Now we've used the zebra. This is a slightly different feel. So perhaps just here and there. I'm very much an all or nothing kind of person, so yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. We're in Africa. We can take advantage of the animal prints. There we go. And with the light on, it's quite bright in here, but I am standing directly under the lights. If we go into the middle of the room, it is dimmer. I think that'll work. I like that. Okay, perfect. Now, these two new units are going to be, let's just go inside. So we're going to have the living room here, probably a little dining area inside, and then a staircase up. And then upstairs here, this is going to be a bedroom and bathroom behind, and you're going to be able to look down. But then you're going to have to be able to get out onto the patio. So let's do it in a plain plaster. Yes. No. Fine. Let's do it in this. Then it will blend with the walls. I'm just thinking we are going to need this area to be in. So that's going to have to be enclosed, because at the end of the day, this is there. And then this will come out into the patio here, that each of the people will be able to sit on. Doesn't have to be huge, but they can sit and relax, and you can just see a gap in there to see the watering hole. Ooh, what happened? I swear I did that. Did I push the wrong button again? Probably. Okay. So that is what this will look like. There'll also be seating down here, and there will be a partition here so that each person has privacy. But I want you to be able to look down and out there. So if I run this whole down here, okay, so if I go up here, this is where my wall runs for the unit. Correct. Yeah. Okay. So then we'll have that whole area again. How high are we going? 2.6. Let's start with 2.6 and work our way out from that. I want that gap there for now, because once again we are going to have that above. And I would like this, whoopsie, to be the bedroom. There we go. This will be the bedroom. We are going to then have to close part of this area off as the bathroom in the back here as well. So about that much. And then you'll be able to lie in bed, hear the animals, keep your doors open, come and sit outside and relax. So if we take these as an example, our highest point will be right here in the middle of these two units, and then we're going to take, which is a good thing, because then we are going to take the pitch of the roof there and it's going to drop all the way down, so that will work for us, except in the bathroom. But it should be fine. If we have, I can't put a shower in. Let's just see if I take that. Let's do that. Let's find us a shower here quickly. Oh, I didn't cave in the other unit, by the way. I did actually build a shower. Okay, so this shower is, dang, 2 meters high. Okay, so this exterior wall, we might have to put stairs. Yeah. Okay. Now, if we take the central point here of our unit and go straight down to the floor, we're looking at 4.2 meters as an approximate of our central wall here. So if that's 2.6, can never see these measurements. That's for 4.2 right there. Okay. I hate when it does that. I'm going to take Gamma. You can do it. Am I correct? Yes. So if we take that, see, we've got an odd number here. Let's take this all the way across here. That's a pain. Because, all right, we're going to have to throw this off slightly. So let's take that away and take this one out. No. Teach you to get lazy. All right, so that's our upper ridge. So what I've been doing with the actual thatch is I've been using this. All right, and then we come, why are you? Okay, let's move it over, because this is however far it's going to come out. So let's bring it out about there, and let's see if we can then, yeah, awesome. So that's the black bit on the top. So hopefully it will let us do this side now. Yes. Okay, so if we are playing here, it's that color. And then the way I have worked the thatching is I will take it down a couple of blocks out, okay, and down the wall, and that's 2 blocks down, 2 blocks out. So 2, 2, okay, and then we take the triangle. Come on, there we go. There's your thatch on the first start of the thatch. On this, and if the steeper your thatch, obviously the steeper you go with your triangle. So for example, if we want it to go down steeper here, all we're going to do is come down more. So that's 1, 2, 3 there, and this is up to you. You're gonna have to just play with it and see what works for you or what effect you're trying to create. That's 1, 2, 3. And you, with thatching, it doesn't always have to be perfect on both sides, so you can start the thatch in the middle, or you can start it on an angle, or you can do whatever you want, wherever you want. Because the single units are actually not exactly precise. They are, the one side is steeper than the other, but this is basically what I have been doing for the thatch. And then you go in here, you do exactly the same thing, and then you pull it through, and then you get your flat thatch on the inside instead of that curve there. So welcome to my thatching journey. It's an interesting way of putting a roof on something, but I think I'll be finished with it once I finish this build. So that's how you get the thatch. Okay, and as you can see, this angle is going to be too extreme. We are going to come down too fast and we are going to hit a problem there. So what I will do is I'll take this up one there and one there. Then that can go up there. As I say, yes, you can play with it. So then we just have to fill this in. Otherwise you've got holes in your walls. And we'll carry on with the 2 as opposed to the 3. And I am making sure I'm doing the same thing on both sides here. If you want to make it slightly flatter for a little while, you can. If you want to extend it further, you can just use 1 block. If you have to stretch it further, you can actually take it a little bit further on each side by making it not as deep. So, for example, this is a single block. Come on, that. Thank you. And you can see it actually flares out instead of just, you can see it flares out a bit there as opposed to going in a straight curve. So, for anyone who was interested, that's how I've been doing the thatch on all the houses. When I've been saying, oh, the thatching is taking a bit of time, this is because the thatching is taking a bit of time. But it is fun. It's a learning curve, and yeah. So for example, if we're probably not going to finish the thatching here. So we are going to have to add, say, at least, let's say 1.6. We could probably put something. All right, and then this is going to have to come up at a much more dramatic angle. But again, we can always take away. If we start the thatching here, we will take it out a bit, take it back to match what's happening over there. And we could probably take it up there. Does that make sense? I'm not going to carry that on because I want to follow this angle from here down. So it might be a bit more dramatic than that. But that is the basics of what I'm doing. If you want me to show you how I have been doing very well this sort of thing with a very basic sort of little house, I can do a tutorial. It's not a problem. But yeah, so we're going to have a little bit of thatch work, and then this is carpet. So if I copy that you'll see I'm working with carpet on the thatch. So it's carpet and then whatever color you want your thatch to be. What I did do with the main building was I was playing with a slightly darker edge in places because the sun is fairly harsh, so it does fade the thatch. So the top of the thatch is usually a lighter color to the underside of the thatch, or vice versa, because it depends where you live as to what damage the thatch will get at the end of the day. Come on, let's put you up. There we go. Actually, I want to keep that. So let's instead borrow the thatch. Come on, I would like to. Can I? You're not copying that color, are you? Fine. That's fine. Let's copy that one. Well, okay. I need to restart the game. I think I've been in the game long enough and it's just having a nervous breakdown with me. But it's fun. I will just keep building walls. And we might have to take this down a smidge, and it doesn't matter because there's no floor here. But yeah, losing control of the actual. And you can see as the wall is built on that side, it needs to be built on this side as well. Right. First the lights, and now the rest of it's having a nervous breakdown. That's fine. Okay. So we take it down again. Now I'm thinking I'm going to go to here with this one, and then we can start working our way down from here. Let's just add it to the other side. If I don't add it to the other side, I forget where I am, and I end up doing weird things. Now let's go to there. How did I... Hold on. Oh. Oops. I was like, how is that not in line? But that's... Okay. So that is actually a problem. We need to make this bigger. There we go. Fine. We'll get there. Alright, and then we can start perhaps getting a little steeper with this. Do we want to go 2? Maybe. Come on, down. Thank you. And then you see that's how you actually are going to curve it now. Don't worry about the wall. It's not a problem. I'll have to extend this out a little bit further. The nice thing about the triangles is they don't give you trouble going through walls or anything anymore. So yay. All right, so this is going to have to be extended out. I'm not going to make you suffer through that, but that is the basic shape. And then we're going to go down here a little bit. We might have to take a little bit more space in here so that we actually can fit the shower and you can stand up in the bathroom. Because as soon as this, you see this starts coming, you're stuck. So this will be up until this point is where you'll be able to walk. Okay, there are no further animals being spotted at the watering hole at the moment. We have only really been using the zebra print and the giraffe print, although the leopard print has been spotted in the main dining room. So you never know when a leopard's going to appear at the watering hole. But they're usually nocturnal creatures, so we're going to have to wait until I start playing this with the lights off, well, the sun off and the lights on, before we maybe spot the leopard. So I'm going to leave it here. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far, let me know what you think of my vehicle. I'm quite chuffed with it. It's very boxy, but that's basically what we've got in the game. But I think it meets the criteria. I would like bigger tires though. I didn't tell you what the hubcaps were. Let me, considering you stayed to the end of the video, I will tell you that the hubcaps, you can actually see it there. It's a dartboard. And I'm so chuffed with that. So, hubcaps, dartboard. And we've even got, what are these things called? The things when the road's bumpy? There should be more. But hey, I threw one in. Props to me. So guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got this far and you know about the dartboard, please like. And if you haven't, please subscribe. Have a lovely day and I'll see you all soon.